Good afternoon, friends. Hope you are doing well. It is Wednesday. Yesterday, I got up super early and went to the flower mart and got the flowers that I still needed for these three events. Went back to the farm after the rain stopped. We got almost a third of an inch of rain, which is lovely. Not expected in May, so that was very nice. Anyway, harvested the rest of the stuff at the farm and did more harvesting here. I still have to do peonies, but I'm waiting to do that till tomorrow because those are going in the bridal bouquet that I'm making tomorrow for Friday pickup. Anyway, it took me most of the day yesterday to organize all of the flowers into buckets in three separate events and make sure everybody had the right number of focal flowers and secondary flowers of filler and all that kind of stuff. I didn't bother filming that because mostly it was me standing around scratching my head, looking at my numbers and counting out stems and all that. But today we have some clouds, but it is rain-free, and we are going to work on expanding the shade garden bed back here that it's about 2 years old now. So the current bed right here, I started this, like I said, about 2 years ago. All I did was put some cardboard down, wet it really good, add the soil to the top, and then start planting. We're not going to use cardboard today, but I do have 3 bags of soil. I'm going to use my sharp flat shovel, and we're going to cut out, skim off all of the weeds from the surface here. We're going to extend the bed, not super far, probably another 8 feet, maybe 6-8 feet. And I did pick up some plants, so we will be continuing, and I'll show you the plants when we get to that point. We'll be continuing the heuchera, the hostas, and I do have some begonias to put in here as well. But I do need to go get some ajuga because the nursery I went to didn't have any. So we'll be adding that in tomorrow. I don't have any lamium in this bed, which is interesting because I usually do plant lamium, but I think we'll just stick with the ajuga and we'll get a couple different kinds. So I am going to come in here, these two right here, this tuberous begonia and this beautiful heuchera I planted, I don't know, last week or something, just by adding a little bit of soil, scraping off the surface, adding a little bit of soil and popping those in. But I want to come in here and cut back the bed here so that we can expand it forward. And we will follow the curve of the wall back there and probably come out to about right here because I think that's all the soil that I have. So I'm just going to get started. I love that I'm working in the shade. One of the reasons I'm doing this project now is it is going to get up to the mid to upper 80s this weekend. And so I want to get this done before it gets hot. Okay, guys. So bed is prepared. That was harder than I thought, only because it's solid clay below here. So it was challenging. But the first bag of soil that I put down is a soil builder. It's not really something you want to plant directly into. It's got a lot of manure and stuff like that in it, and it will mix with the clay below and break that clay up and build the soil, just like I did over here. Then I put 2 bags of raised bed mix on top. We're still going to have to dig into the clay to plant all of our plants, but that's fine. They'll be surrounded by some really good stuff, and they will settle in, just like these guys over here did. So let's go over the plants that we've got to go in here. Now, this is not the full amount of plants I'm going to put in this extension, but like I said, I need to get some ajuga and probably a couple of double impatiens like I have over on this backside, so I can continue. So it's just all harmonious and there's not a bunch of differences. So let's take a look at these plants. Okay, first we'll get a closer look here at this bed. Like I said, it's been here for about 2 years. So we've got ajuga in there. There's 2 different varieties. I can't remember. One is chocolate chip and I can't remember the other one. And most of this is just from spring bulbs. So I will rake that out as soon as it's done. We've got a lot of oak leaves because we're underneath an oak. But this is the double impatien that I did. This is apple blossom. So pretty. And it's just loaded with blooms. It's very happy here, that one as well. So I want to repeat those. I put coleus that we started from seed along the front of this bed. They've already gotten much bigger. We're going to continue that because I have the last of the coleus. We'll continue that all the way down. We have a couple of small heuchera in here, the Bressingham's hybrids. They get pink flowers on them. And then we have more heuchera in the back. Now, that's been a long time since I transplanted these. I have no idea what the varieties are, but you can see it's a chartreuse variety. And then we've got some hostas. That one's stained glass. I don't remember the other names of these other hostas. This is a tiny little guy, doesn't get very big. And then I've got some violas in here as well, which those will obviously die back at some point. We have 2 Acanthus mollis on either side there, so I would like to get maybe one more to put in the back over here. And then we've got some like meadowsweet, and I think this is, yes, that is a creeping campanula that was in a strawberry bed, and I took it out and popped it in here. So I might try to find another one of those because it's really pretty. You can see those blue flowers. So we're going to kind of repeat down here. Now, last week I planted this gorgeous midnight rose heuchera. I just love this. And I found another one. So we're going to pop that in. These guys get 10 feet tall, 10 inches tall by about 16 inches wide. This is a tuberous begonia that we planted. This one's also called apple blossom. So to go in here, here's the rest of our coleus. We will pop those in the front. I grabbed a few begonias here. These are just, annual begonias. This one's the Sprint Plus mix, and this is like Nightlife mix, I think. I actually prefer these, but sometimes these dark leaves don't show up as well in a shade garden. Then we have a hosta. This one's called My Fair Lady. It's already got some blooms getting ready to start on it. It has blue flowers. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, blue flowers. 17 by 36, so that's going to go in the back of the bed. We've got a Proven Winners heuchera here. This is Lemon Love. This one gets 14 inches tall by 32 inches wide. Zones 4 through 9. Most of the heucheras are 4 through 9. And then this is the other Midnight Rose. Then we've got a smaller hosta here. This one is Rainforest Sunrise. Looks like near white flowers, and 8 by 16. And then we have our tiny little heuchera here. This guy is very small, 12 by 12. This is Carnival Rose Granita. So the hard work is done. Now I get to have fun and plant. Although I think it'll be hard to dig some of these holes because of that clay below, but we'll do our best. We'll get these guys all set in And then maybe tomorrow I can pick up some ajuga and see if maybe I can find another one of those campanula and maybe an acanthus mollis, and we can finish out this bed. I am so happy with this. Gosh, I love a blank slate. So I left holes because I'm going to add some stuff. And I also don't want to plant right in front of the sprinkler head. Eventually we need to get all of this stuff, both this bed here and the cottage garden beds, on drip because they're on sprinkler right now. And it just does not do the coverage because you have tall plants. It's not like you're watering grass. So anyway, eventually I would like to extend this bed all the way to meet the cottage garden. But that is a lot of soil, a lot of work, and a lot of money that I don't have right now. So we'll just do bits and pieces at a time. But I am very, very happy with how this looks. It's so pretty. I love like that fresh black soil and freshly planted plants. This one will look much nicer soon. I just need to come in once all these strappy leaves die back from the spring bulbs. We can pull those out, and then I'll get rid of the also the oak leaves. But I still think it's a lovely bed, and together I'm just really, really happy with that. Okay, so that's all I have time for today. We're getting ready to meet with one of the couples to come pick up their DIY flowers, so I've got to wrap this up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a wonderful time in your garden, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.